Hey, what is going on the YouTube? This is Robert and today I'm bringing to you my sneaker collection for 2020. Now last time I recorded one of these back in 2019 obviously, but now it's been about a year and a half since I recorded that, and obviously with it being December I thought we'd get a little festive, and with that I'm going to have some different transitions and things between scenes. I'm also going to have some different details and stuff popping up as well, but without further ado, we're just going to get straight into this because, yeah, I'll be honest, I've been recording this and trying to record this for going on 2 hours now, and unfortunately, the MacBook just doesn't want to work with Audacity today, and yeah, I'm not having a lot of fun as of that, but we're just going to get straight into this and just keep it rolling, basically. So to start things off, we're going to kick off with my beaters, or my old beaters and new beaters. The old beater is obviously going to be my Air Max 1. I believe these were called the Black Noir or something like that. Somebody said what they were called, but I keep forgetting their name because I just keep forgetting their name at the end of the day. But yeah, it's a black and white Air Max 1 with 3M or reflective material, which I really like about them. And I wore them every day to basically college for about 3.5 years. So yeah, they were then replaced in my final year, or like final couple of years, when I went on to do my uni course with the NMD R1PK Japan Blacks. So they've each had about 3 years of wear and tear, rain, you know, shine, thunder, everything, mud, you know, they've been through it all, snow as well, they've had that. So yeah, they've gone through the test of time, and personally, over the years, they have got a bit comfier actually. To be honest, when you first wear a pair, they are obviously comfortable, but I think that these, after an amount of time, just felt like they got a bit comfier the more that I was wearing them. So yeah, personally for me, they're still just as comfy as they were. Probably not when I first wore them, but after a little bit of time, they just stayed the same sort of level of comfortability. But yeah, personally, I really do like them. They're still going to be, you know, those pairs that I will just keep beating in the end. Obviously, I've kept them as clean as possible. The Air Max 1 has started to fall apart. I think they're called the Ultra Noir as well, maybe. But anyway, the Air Max 1 has started to fall apart a little bit, but apart from that, they're still okay, near enough, so yeah. Next up, we move on to another set, and this set is going to be the Stranger Things. There are going to be two different collections, which you have like the upside down collection, then you have the original Independence Day pack collection. So the Independence Day pack, I got the tailwinds. Yeah, so small details on the back, says 1985. You then have just some nice overall colours on the inside. You've got the mall that is in Stranger Things, you've got that to the insole. So yeah, personally, I really do like this pair. Obviously, they haven't seen the light of day yet. Neither have quite a couple of the pairs that I've got, to be honest. I'm not going to say that I've worn them when I haven't, because I haven't, because mainly this year I haven't really gone anywhere just because of everything that's going on. And obviously, in the UK, we've had, well, 2 lockdowns now, and as of that, I really don't go anywhere anyway. So with the lockdowns, it's just like I don't need to go anywhere in the end. So yeah, but obviously those are the tailwinds. These are the Cortezes, which just on the back say Nike or Nike. The insoles to these have things like Susie Do Copy and just different aspects like that. And these are the ones that when you wear them, the material will fall off and just, you know, uncover a different color to it, because yeah, that's what the sort of fun aspect with them is meant to be in the Cortez. But yeah, personally, I like the tailwind a lot more. I think that it just looks quite cool in the end. It gives you just a cool vibe to it and an older sort of look because of the colorway and their choices and everything. But yeah, as an overall, I feel like the packs are very underrated from these, because you also get some like pins that are with them special. The boxes packaging on the inside is obviously all custom done as well, which I find is cool, or is suited towards Stranger Things. So yeah, I'm a massive fan of Stranger Things as well, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, but that's that pair out of the way, or those 2 pairs out of the way. And yeah, I think they're quite cool at the end of the day, but not as cool as these, which are obviously the Atmos Elephant Dunks, or the Elephant Dunks. Obviously it's not an Atmos collaboration, which, you know, they've pulled that off quite a couple of times this year, I think. gotten away with the sort of not collaborating but acting like it's a collaboration by just using the colorways and things. But yeah, obviously this is the colorway that was originally featured on the Air Max 1, and prior to that, you know, just their previous elephant print that they've got. Personally for me, I think that it looks a lot better on the Dunk in comparison to the Air Max 1, because I've always liked the Air Max 1 Atmos, you know, elephant, but the thing is that it's just out of my budget in the end, and this obviously hitting for retail, well, that's a lot easier really. I did try them on the other day and they look really clean, so yeah, they're not going to be leaving my collection anytime soon, to be honest, would be the way to put it. And I really do just love the colorway. I entered so many raffles. I'm so glad that I was able to end up with a couple of pairs in the end, because yeah, I really do like them. Next, we have another recent Dunk release, being the ceramic Dunk. Obviously, another colorway that I do also like, not as much as the elephant, because I think they're in like my top 5 for the year, but these are still a really nice pair that have been released. Personally, out of the Ugly Duckling pack, I think these come second. I think that the plums are first and these are second, but I do like them a lot more than I expected that I would in the end, because the colorway online looked very, very vibrant. Like the orange looked like it was just blasting, you know, but in reality it's not that bright, and yeah, it's a very like clay orange or like tan orange color, and all of the color aspects to it as well are just very low key in comparison to how bright they looked online. So with that, I think that they are a really clean pair and very underrated in the Ugly Duckling pack and in general for release of Dunks. I think a lot of the Dunks that have come out recently haven't really had so much support. So yeah, this is a pair that I do like and at some point will be rocking, because obviously it's my size. Next up, we have our first Jordan, being the Lucky Green. Yeah, Jordan 1 Lucky Green. Hit it in my size, as per norm, you know, the largest size that's possible in them, which is a 9.5 UK. And yeah, the rest is history. I haven't worn them yet, obviously, like I said, but with Christmas coming up, I might have them in an outfit or something. The one aspect that I'm not like massive fan of is just the swoosh or the tick. I'm not really a fan of the material that's on it. It's the same sort of material that's on the Atmos, but I just think that the Atmos is a bit comfier. Not in terms of wearing it, but in terms of the material itself. Maybe the better way to say that it's not as sturdy, or it's not as, you know, I don't really know how I'd describe it, but it just feels a bit tough in comparison to the Atmos's one. But personally, I love this colorway. I love green in general. The red stands out for the Air Jordan, and yeah, other than that, there isn't a lot to say. I'm really happy that I have them, and yeah, I do love green colorways, so yeah, this is definitely a good one for the collection. So I probably need to pick up the speed a little bit, otherwise this video is going to be about 40 minutes. So yeah, next pair, Vans Supreme Skate High. Basically that's it. They're beaten to absolutely anything. I've cleaned them a couple of times, but they're just falling to pieces and starting to die a little bit. So yeah, that's what's meant to happen with Vans. You're meant to skate them or just wear them in general and just absolutely beat them, because it gives them a bit of character, as it does to most pairs nowadays, to be honest. It gives them, you know, your own sort of take on, you know, whether you keep them clean, whether you keep them perfectly, you know, okay, whether you keep them absolute beaten. Just defines them. So yeah, this pair is defined as at death's door, basically. So yeah, but they're still nice, but I'll probably end up getting rid of them at some point in time, to be honest. But we're going to transition very smoothly into the next pair, which is going to be the Safari Dunk. Definitely in my top 10 for this year, or maybe even top 5 of releases for Dunks. Personally, I think they are extremely, extremely underrated, and yeah, the colorway and everything, I think it's just so clean. Personally, for me, I love the swoosh change from the same color that's on it, almost like what's on, it's almost like the orange, close enough to what's on the ceramics, but it's just a bit lighter. But I love that transition from that into this green, and just overall, I think they're really clean. I also like the cream tan sort of base to it. I really love that, how it just goes into that and blends into that. But yeah, unfortunately I probably won't be keeping this pair just because they aren't my size, and it just kills me to have a pair around that aren't my size in the end. I was going to swap with someone, but that hasn't happened, so yeah. But yeah, I definitely think that this is just an underrated pair, and it's definitely one of the top ones that has been released this year. Okay, let's switch brands now. Let's go to Adidas. Obviously, it's a Yeezy. It's just plain and simple in the end. Obviously, Yeezy 350 V2 blue tint. There's nothing to say for these, to be honest. I've had them since day one. I got them for retail, and yeah, nowadays they're a lot more. They're like 400, 450 pounds or something. Overall, I think they probably deserve that sort of position that they've got. The colorway is nice and clean. It's not too like overpowering. It's not like the cream white, but it's not too dark at the same time. And yeah, I have worn them quite a few times, but I do just keep my pairs clean, like I said. And yeah, there's nothing really to say for it. I probably need to wear them a little bit more, but at the same time, I prefer keeping them as a pair to like the side to wear at some point in time. So yeah, the same sort of thing applies to the next pair, which is going to be a pair of the Pharrell Human Races or NMD Human Races. And yeah, this pair I have also worn quite a couple of times, but you probably can't tell, to be honest. This is obviously from the original release of the colorways that they've had. This is the black colorway where it obviously says human species. Personally for me, I really do like them. They're extremely comfortable. I'm very much so a fan of the NMDs in general, or the HU NMDs in general, and I think they're just extremely comfortable to wear. In comparison to my other pair, these just fit like a glove, basically would be the way to put it. It's just a much comfier fit for me, and yeah, I really do like them. I've had quite a couple of looks and stares obviously over the years of wearing them where people are sort of like they clock them. Nowadays, not so much because their price has dipped, but they're still a really cool pair that you don't see people wearing a lot. And yeah, I do like the black and yellow, how it just, you know, accents off of each other. So yeah. Next up, you know, "'Tis the season" is probably what my Instagram quote is going to be for the post that is going out, which is going to look like this, I believe, in the end. But yeah, these are from 2017. This is my pair of Dunk High ugly sweaters, obviously Concepts ugly sweaters. Yeah, there's nothing really to say for it. Personally for me, these are probably the bottom in terms of the colorways that they've released for that sort of ugly sweater pack or series. I am a massive fan of the grey colorway, but yeah, I do still think they're really nice, and obviously you can only really wear them for this time of year just because that's how it is. But as an overall, I do just think that they are really cool to have, and to have a Christmas pair and everything, I think it's just, yeah, it's just a little cool aspect. I did also help get my mum a pair of them when they dropped, so she's got a pair, I've got a pair. She hasn't worn hers, but I've worn mine. Obviously I haven't worn them out as of yet because I haven't really gone anywhere during past Christmases, but maybe in the next year or so they'll see the light of day and go somewhere. And yeah, they are just really comfortable, and overall I just really do like them. I love Christmas, so yeah, I love them, and I was so happy that I was able to get them on the Sneakers app, you know, when I had good success on there for retail. But yeah. Okay, let's go with another Supreme collaboration. This time it's probably going to be one of my favorite pairs that I have in my collection, being the Supreme Foamposites. Yeah, there's not a lot to say, to be honest. Personally for me, these are definitely a highlight. I have mentioned quite a couple of times before, but basically in 2017, I went on a spree of buying and selling Foamposites. I bought and sold around 12 pairs, and this was the 10th pair I think that I bought in the end. In short, people were just listing them up. Like, they're just like everywhere. They've just been thrown up for 200 to 245 pounds. I was just picking them up one by one and just flipping them. Like literally on my eBay history, I've got a thing of like, or on my emails, it says bought for 225, and then the next thing is you have an offer of 435. And it just went like that for basically a whole summer. And then fortunately I was able to pick these up for, I believe it was £215 in the end. And yeah, that is what Foamposites used to cost 3 years ago. But yeah, personally for me, I really do like them. They are extremely comfortable. The only issue is that 10, UK 10 was the best fitting size for me, which is obviously what these are. 9.5 just didn't cut it. 10 is more of a snug fit for me. In Foamposites, that is. But the issue is that I'd say after about 3 or 4 hours, it gets a little bit uncomfortable because at the base of here, it's sort of like a Timberland. You know when you step with the Timberland and you go up a step and you try and bend and the Timberland's just like not budging? That's what these are like. They're a bit sturdy at the base, and as of that you don't get a lot of, I guess, flexion might be the way to put it. And yeah, I do like them, but there is just that aspect to it that is just yeah, it just, I don't know. It's not like it ruins it, but it is just a downside to it in the end. But yeah, as an overall, they are really clean. I really do like them, and I keep them as clean as possible. Taking out all the rocks and things is very irritating, but yeah, they are really fun to wear, so yeah. Next up, we're going on to a pair that has only seen the light of day a handful of times in the end, and it is going to be, is that a rock? No, it's not. It's going to be the Air Jordan 1 Pine Green from 2018. Yeah, I mean, look, they're so clean. They're so clean. The only issue with these is that they are UK 10. I wear like a 9.5/10, like it just depends on what it is, how the shape, how the fit is, how everything is like that with the silhouette or the shadow. And yeah, personally for me, these are just that, they've just got that little bit of space, but the way that I made up for it when I last wore them was that I did the laces to the top, so that instead of it like being open in the end, it was torn and, you know, strong to my foot. So yeah, with that, it was a lot comfier in the end, is just the easy way to put it. And yeah, like I said, I love green. This colorway is so nice, and yeah, there's not a lot to say for them. I really do just like them, and obviously I keep everything as clean as possible. So there are some marks and things here and there, but as an overall, I try and keep everything clean. There is a little bit of a problem with the toe box, you know, where you get that creasing and things, but I've managed to keep it away for a little bit of time. It hasn't really had too many problems, so I've managed to keep the creasing away. But yeah, that's them. Obviously with the Foamposites, I didn't exactly explain why I really like them, and that's a good aspect to sneakers in the end. Like, you should say why you like pairs, why you don't like others. And yeah, for the Foamposites personally, my brother, as most know, you know, he got me into everything basically, and he owns the full outfit, the full set. You know, he had it all. I don't know whether he had it from day one or whether he had it like a year or so after it released, or its original release. But yeah, he had the full set. He had the jersey, the shorts, and then the Foamposites, and it did look quite cool together, and that's why I always wanted to pick up a pair. And in the end, being able to get a pair meant a lot to me personally, because yeah, it just did. So for that reason alone, I'm just a massive fan of them. And in general, I do just like the colorway. It's got a very like Versace looking color to it, would be the one thing that I can compare it to. And just overall, yeah, I really do just like them. I was offered quite a while ago, and then a bit more recently, like a couple of offers for them. Obviously I've said what I paid, and I was offered about 2 years ago, 400 or so pounds for them, which is obviously basically double. And then more recently, 515 was an offer, but that was all in, so shipping and stuff would have to be dealt with. But yeah, I've turned down offers on a lot of pairs and a lot of things just because I want to keep them in my collection. So yeah, things like that sort of matter to me. When it's got a little bit of history or something, you know, it does matter. Like for instance as well, the Air Max 1 was the first pair that I went out and sort of bought from a store with my brother. I went shopping with him and bought a load of stuff, and this was the first pair that I picked out and bought as the pair that I wanted in the end. So let's move on to another more so recent release. This time it's going to be the Off-White Rubber Dunk. Nearly dropped them. This is obviously the UNC colorway, which Europe got. Obviously there are then the other two colorways for Asia and America. Personally for me, they're okay. See, the thing is that they were sort of growing on me, but now as sort of time has gone and I've looked at them a lot, they aren't really for me. Like, they're nice, but they're not as nice as the other Off-White Dunks that were released. Like, the Rubber Dunks are okay, but as a thing, I don't think they'll ever reach the level of the other Dunks. So yeah, they're okay. It's just that they're not amazing in the end, and they're not really that memorable for me. Like, if you think of pairs that have released this year that are memorable, either in terms of dunks or releases in general, they don't exactly come to mind. But next up is probably another pair that doesn't come to mind to people. It's going to be another Supreme collaboration piece, which is going to be the Air Max 98. This is in the red colorway. And yeah, these have only seen the light of day about twice in the end, and that's about it. I do really like them. Obviously at the back you've got World Famous, on the inside Supreme, Air Max, everything. Yeah, it's embroidered, which I do like embroidery on pairs. Like the Safari, they have at the front an embroidered tick. I think that's really cool. Then you have embroidery to the toe as well, where it says Supreme here and here. And yeah, personally for me, I do think that they're really cool. I do have an outfit or full outfit that would match with them or go with them. But the thing is that it's extremely vibrant, and that is obviously the Steep Tech red. I've got the jacket and then I've got the bottoms as well. If they were to go with this, it'd be fully red, but I feel like I'd look like an idiot at the same time. But yeah, these are really nice. I don't really wear too many Air Maxes at the end of the day, or 98s at the end of the day, but these I have a soft spot for, mainly because obviously Supreme, but at the end of the day, that is what it is, you know. But yeah, I do think they're really cool. Right, we're on to the final couple of pairs. Now, obviously with a lot of these pairs, I might be getting rid of a couple of them at some point in time, but that's just because I have doubles or duplicates in some, and in others, like the Safari, it's not my size, so as of that, it's just painful to hold on to in the end. But yeah, this pair is probably another one of those, but this is definitely in my top 5 or 10 for the dunk releases of this year. I wish that it was my size, but it just isn't, and it's just painful that it isn't, because it just doesn't fit. And that is obviously going to be the Dunk Community Garden or Lemon Wash Community Garden Dunk. Yeah, it's just painful when it's not your size. So I did win a raffle in my size, but unfortunately for me, I made the pun about it, but I felt like they basically backdoored my size, because obviously I understand that I showed up on the last day of like collection, but still, if you've won a pair, it's in your size, you're there to collect your size, and you've asked if they keep pairs until the final day and they say yes, then they should really keep your pair, you know. But they didn't, and yeah, I really do like these. They've got a very Louis Vuitton vibe to them. I felt like Travis Scott would wear them at some point, but he hasn't. I thought that might have helped their price a little bit, but in the end, I feel like in the future they are going to be quite an expensive and sought after pair. I think they just overall just look really cool, and yeah, there isn't a ton to say for them. I do think they are one of the top dunks for the year. I think personally that the Safari, the Atmos, and the Lemon Wash are like within the top 5 just for me. The other two I'd probably put in there would probably be number 1, Strange Love, would have to take that spot. I know that a lot of people put Chunky Dunkies, but I probably put the Doraemons just for a personal preference into that spot. But yeah, that would be my top 5. But yeah, these, I wish they're my size, but it happens, so nothing you can really do about it. To finish off the collection, on that note, we're going to end off with a Yeezy, being a Yeezy that I've had for probably the longest time, which is now getting a re-release. Obviously, this is the Bred. So yeah, I've had them for, well, only a couple of months after they've released, basically, is how long I've had them since. I bought them on my birthday in the end, and they have just been beaten and worn like anything. I've definitely worn them in upwards of like 150 times at least, to say like a minimum. As of that, some issues have happened where we've had some damage and bits and pieces like that, which I should probably get fixed at some point. But to be honest, I might just end up getting a pair of the Breds that are coming out, and then with that, these can go on ice and they can be the new pair that I'll be wearing, and I'll just keep this pair safe. But as an overall, I've kept them all good and clean. Personally for me, a UK 10 in a Yeezy as well fits better. 9.5 in a blue tint is a bit of a snug fit, whereas this fits a lot better. And yeah, there isn't a lot to say for them. Black and red, it's really like an iconic standout thing when you see that, and I really do like them. I think they are really comfortable in the end. Yeezys in general, just extremely comfortable, but I think these, because I've worn them an amount of times, they're just got a lot softer, and yeah, I do really like them, and I have worn them a lot. And yeah, obviously black and red just goes with a lot of stuff in the end, so yeah, they're quite easy to match up with things. But that is going to cover this video, so if you enjoyed, a like would be much appreciated. Other than that, this has only taken me 3 hours to record, and it's probably going to take me even longer to edit. But with that all said and done, let me know down below what your best pair from your collection is, maybe a couple of pairs from your collection, what pair maybe in my collection you like, because I do have quite a couple of pairs in the end. And yeah, I am obviously going to be getting rid of just a couple here and there. I probably have, I don't even know, like there's 4 or 5 that might end up going in the end, but I'll see how I feel about that in the end. I've said that way too many times as well, but yeah, thank you for watching. This chair has been absolutely creaking like anything, and it's been getting on my nerves so much, but I hope you enjoyed this video. There'll be a couple more collection videos out during this month, as well as I've got a couple of different things to go over. But with that all said and done, I hope that you have a good day, and I will see you all next time. I'm so glad I got to the end of this now. Like literally, it was so early when I started, but anyway, I will see you all next time. Peace.